Pansy! Puzzle! Alright. Now that Pansy's here, that means we can get started. Press play to start a new game. So this is a puzzle game by Telltale, if I'm not mistaken. Dragon, thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate it. Also, a lot of people are mentioning The Fall. I can't guarantee that I would play it, but if you remind me on Discord, I can look into it later. That'll help. Hey man, that's my crossword. Is the game too loud right now? I can turn it down. Not too loud? Okay. Okay, so these pieces don't rotate, it doesn't look like. That's fine. It's actually helpful that they don't. Okay. Scoggins. How? Okay, that makes sense.
Puzzle research. This is Agent Tethers. I think you have the wrong number. Oh, I see. An assignment. In the field? No, sir. It's been, yes, quite some time. Uh-huh. Erasers?
I really liked Telltale's
absolutely, sir. I agree,
Monkey
sir.
Island game.
Oh yes, the White House needs its erasers, sir. I'll be on the next plane to... Wait, where?
A lot of Monkey Island fans did not like the Telltale Monkey Island game, but I actually really liked it. I've played about half of the first Deponia game, Jeff. It didn't really grip me. Yeah, I kept finding myself really stumped with stupidly obtuse puzzles.
Scoggins, Minnesota.
Not like satisfying to
Population,
solve. I don't know.
754. Temperature? It's cold, and not much to look at. According to the agency, there's some kind of thing going on at the local eraser factory. The whole plant is shut down. There's a weird man staring at me. Hopefully, this won't be a big waste of time. Agent Tether's out. I have no idea where my hotel is. I might have to ask for directions.
Uh-oh. This guy's gonna give me directions, but he's gonna make them real cryptic, you know what I mean?
Excuse me.
Like the kind you get in a
Nelson
puzzle
Tethers
game?
With the FBI's Department of Puzzle Research? Hello?
Yep.
Okay, and you are?
Bjorn.
Bjorn?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bjorn.
Yep.
Boy, those snowmobiles sure are a bumpy ride, eh?
Yep.
Can you give me directions to the nearest hotel? I'm having a little trouble finding my way around.
You'd never get there. Roads are too slick.
Sir, I'm an agent of the FBI's Puzzle Research Division. It can't be harder than the puzzles I see every day.
Not so.
It's...
Okay, on the way
I'm not
the
trying to click
hotel,
through anything.
You're going to pass 2 traffic lights.
Arrange the logs to help Nelson bump his way to the hotel. Make sure to pass the traffic lights Bjorn mentioned along the way. Is that it? I like to keep out of the way of the game if I'm full screen. Whoops.
I must have gotten lost. I thought your directions were taking me to the hotel.
They did.
I'm standing in front of the hotel, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Thanks, Count Olaf.
I'm here to investigate an incident at the Scoggins Eraser Factory. Do you know anything about it?
No. The hotel's going to close soon. Better check in if you're sticking around.
Seen any suspicious people hanging around the hotel lately?
Yeah.
Just you.
Really? Can you describe them?
Skinny. Asks lots of questions. Wears a stupid hat.
Thanks for the tip.
Yep.
Discovered a fence. Board's all chewed up, something terrible. Could be the work of strays trying to get to the dumpsters back there. I don't know why I'm reporting this.
The art style's really charming.
Excuse me, you look perplexed.
Puzzles. So many puzzles.
Puzzles? I might be able to help you with that.
Bo has swallowed a rubber band again. His x-ray shows only tapeworms, or does it? Rotate segments of the pesky parasites to reveal the hidden object. I'm not sure I see what the hidden item is supposed to be. Thank you, math jargon. This looks like it matches up the best. Okay, there we go. I've got the rubber band at least. There it is. I think that's correct. It's got the rubber band in the middle now. Okay.
Solved. Now maybe you can relax a little.
The whispers. It's an acrostical enigma. Maybe it's a Baltimore trans-deletion. The whispers?
Or not.
I was thinking it was wanting me to find some other
Well, hello
hidden
there,
item.
mister. Welcome to Valda's Inn. I'm Martha Garrett, but everyone calls me Ma. How can I help you?
I'm Nelson Tethers. I have a reservation.
Oh, yeah, you're here about the eraser factory, eh? We're awfully excited to have a real FBI man in our town. It's just... Ooh, I'm
Didn't
gonna
mean to
make
click
some
through that.
hot dish for you later.
A hot dish?
Oh, you'll love it. I've never met a man who didn't love himself some hot dish.
So, what room am I in?
Yeah, okay, I've got your room right here. Oh dear, this is so embarrassing. The night clerk wrote down your room number in code.
Mind if I have a look? I bet I can figure out what room I'm in.
What is hot dish? Is it just a phrase for casserole? It's 9. It's just the word 9. Yeah, North Carolina is south of the Mason-Dixon line.
There you go, Mrs. Garrett.
Oh yeah, now I see. Okay then, here's your room key, FBI man.
Thanks. Actually, while I have you here, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Real quick, I promise.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
How do I get to the factory from here?
The FBI doesn't know where the factory is? Oh dear, our moose is cooked.
Rest assured, ma'am, the FBI just likes to confirm intelligence with civilian knowledge of... We like to double-check things.
Oh, of course. Well, it's easy. I have a tourist map of our little town of Scoggins right here. You know, our Scoggins Erasers is the plant that supplies the White House with all of its erasers. The president could be fixing a mistake with a Scoggins eraser right now.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm here. That and the fact that every time the Bureau made an inquiry into the situation, all we ever got back were bizarre puzzles.
Oh yeah, well, that'll happen.
Do you know anything about the problem at the factory?
Yeah, so tragic about the accident, huh?
Accident?
Oh yeah, the foreman, Isaac Davner, they say he was killed in there.
Is that so?
Well, not to be gossipy, but I heard the accident was caused by raccoons.
Raccoons?
Raccoons.
Yeah, little creatures that live in the woods around the factory. Maybe you should go talk to Sheriff Bogg about it, though. You should be able to catch him out by the factory right now.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. The guy in the lobby, is he okay?
Oh, that's Bo Murphy. He's always been a bit of an odd one. Yeah, he sits there all day trying to do his puzzles. He mostly keeps to himself, and I bring him some food from time to time. Sometimes I swear he'd starve to death if I didn't bring him something to eat.
Probably hot dish, right?
Thanks. Well, goodbye.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you have any gum for sale? Or know where I can buy some?
Dear, we've been out of gum for quite some time.
What?
Haven't seen a stick in months anywhere in town. We tend to get shipments of things like that in the spring.
So, no gum?
Nope.
Gum helps me concentrate.
Really not rather. I'd really rather not do this. Hey man, just don't. Okay.
Well, these are interesting.
Yeah, those are Scoggins gnomes. All the tourists love them. But I think one has gone missing. I swear I had 6 of them. I took a picture when I set it up, but I guess I lost it. I still have the film negative, though.
Calm Snorlax, thank you so much for the resub. A ceramic gnome has disappeared from the hotel display, but which gnome? Identify the gnome in Martha's photo negative that doesn't appear in the display. So this one is this one. No, I'm not. I just want to be able to write notes. Is there nothing on here where I can write notes? Green hat and pants. So this one's a green hat facing his up hand. Facing left. Calm Snorlax, thank you so much for the gift sub. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's look at this one. This guy right here is a pink hat facing his down hand away from his knees. Pink hat facing his down hand away from his knees. Okay, so that's that one. This one's a pink hat facing his up hand towards his knees. Pink hat facing his up hand towards his knees. This one's a green hat facing his down hand away from his knees. Accounted for. This one is a pink hat facing his up hand towards his knees. Pink hat facing his up hand towards his knees. And this one is a green hat facing his up hand towards his knees. So green hat faces his up hand towards his knees. So I think it's this one. There's no green hat facing his up hand towards his knees. That's facing left.
Well, one of your gnomes has most definitely run off.
Oh my, wouldn't that be something?
The residents of Scoggins seem nice enough. Aside from one wild goose chase, everyone's been cooperative. Plus, it looks like I'm primed for all the hot dish I can eat. It remains to be seen if that's a good thing. I got a map from the hotel owner, so I'm heading over to the eraser factory. Agent Tethers out. Am I supposed to be saying that? Interesting. Out at the eraser factory. The doors to the factory are very locked. Some
Very
sort
locked.
Of, the device seems
Didn't mean to
damaged,
click.
though. It seems to be... Hi, Sheriff Bog. Yeah, I'm Nelson Tethers of
I
the
just sometimes
FBI's
absentmindedly
Department of
click
Homeland
around
Security.
and
Good to meet you.
I'm getting punished for it.
Real mess here. Yes, we do.
We do?
Oh yes. It's gonna be a while before we can get this factory running again.
But my job is to get this factory back to making erasers.
Agent Tethers, you're in a right pickle.
Well, I should probably ask you some questions about the incident then.
That's what I'd do if I was a big, important FBI boy.
What was this incident?
Well, we don't need to be dramatic.
What happened?
There was an explosion.
What?
Oh yeah, a big explosion. And the foreman just never came home.
When did the accident take place?
Well, I've been trying to figure that out myself. Here's what I know.
Rest Easy Guard Service was employed to keep watch over the factory from midnight to midnight yesterday. From their statements, can you determine the time of the big noise? Only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. Worked from 6 till I was relieved. Which 6? So he worked 3 hours, he worked 8 hours. That's 11 hours accounted for. The remaining 13 hours had to have been split where someone got less than... worked less than 8 hours. Worked from 6 till he was relieved. Could have been 6 and 7. So I'm thinking Iggy worked from... I'm thinking Iggy worked from 6 a.m. until... So because he worked from 6, that means someone had to have worked 6 hours. So I'm thinking this guy, Al, worked for 6 hours, then Iggy worked for 7. Since Bernie knew when it actually occurred, that meant he had to have gotten relieved 1 hour for the last shift, so I had to have put it at 8. Since he heard the noise. Yep. God.
If there was an explosion at that time, wouldn't the icicles on the building have been knocked off?
Good point. Maybe they grew back.
What happened to the foreman? My notes don't have a lot of details.
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. One day after work, Mr. Dabner just never came home. The accident was pretty bad.
Oh, is there a body?
Nope, he's just gone. Isaac Dabner's his name, if you don't have that in your notes.
We don't even know if he died in that explosion?
Won't be able to find that out till we find a way into the factory.
What did your investigation turn up?
Not much. I can't figure out how to get past this lock.
Well, that's because it's missing a piece. I can see that just by looking at it.
So it is. I guess that's why you make the big bucks, right?
That's right, sir. Well, I don't seem to be getting a lot of answers.
Listen, why don't you meet me down at the Moose Ear Diner later? I have some files related to the case that you may be able to help me with.
Oh, okay, but I really think...
Agent Tethers, it's a pleasure working with you. You're doing a great job. I'll meet you at the Moose Ear in a bit.
I need to fix this door and get inside the factory.
There was no real plan, White Panther.
Someone left a screwdriver in the alley beside the hotel. Looks clean. Probably of no consequence.
Can I have it?
Left a... Looks... Winner undeclared in local contest.
Outmatched by the Grizzly Grip. Flo's Grizzly Grip couldn't whip me. Pat won fair and square. I pinned Pearl like a new hat. So this person didn't win. This person didn't win. This person pinned Pearl. So these two people didn't win. It's between these two. Good, Mellis. Okay, it's not possible for this to be Flo and this to be Pearl. That's not possible. So one of these two has to be Pat. If she's Pat, then what does that mean for everything else? She's Pat. Then they're both talking about the same person. Which would make one of these two Flo. That one's obvious, though. That's not a hint. Alright, Flo went up against two people. So if this was like a single elimination tournament, then that means this person went to the finals. Which means the only person that would have talked about this person would have been Flo, right? Because if Pat won, Flo did not win. Oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, it never actually explicitly communicated that it was single elimination, which was kind of frustrating. That's not the only way to run a tournament, but okay.
That was a tricky one. Goodbye.
Nice.
Got any more puzzles you need help with?
Puzzles. Brain's always thinking about puzzles.
I'll just check in on you later.
That's fine. Not the end of the world. Yeah, with only 4 people, it would have been very easy to do any type of tournament. Take it easy, Black Mage Knight.
Excuse me, I see you're working on your sign. Is it safe for me to go into the diner? Excuse me.
Gotta fix the sign.
Just hitting it with a wrench, huh?
Something wrong with your sign? I said, is there something wrong with...
You a cop? I ain't got time for cops.
I'm not a cop.
Look, I gotta get this sign fixed before it gets dark. I don't want to be out here after dark.
Hey, Glitch
You know
Cat.
what I mean?
I don't, actually. What do you mean by that?
It's just a fuse, but I can't remember which one it is. Not with all the whispers in my head.
What? Whispers?
Get the fuse for me. I'm getting cold out here.
What fuse completes the sequence? Oh, I get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually this one. This is 5, 7, and... I don't know. Something else.
That should do it.
Hey, what do you know? This ought to keep the little buggers away.
Little... what?
Well, I gotta finish getting this sign mounted. See you later. Well, we'll see.
I don't suppose you know anything about the eraser factory accident?
Don't suppose I do.
Did you know Isaac Davner?
Not much. Heard he had some kind of accident. Feel bad for his wife, Lori. Such a pretty girl.
I should really talk to her. Do you know where I can find her?
Yes, I do.
So, where can I find her?
Inside.
Goodbye. There's some tobacco on the counter. Smells like cherry. I guess the waitress hasn't been in much of a cleaning mood lately. Hi there, I'm Agent Tethers with the FBI. Sir, you seem stressed. Do you know something about the factory you'd like to let me in on?
I don't know anything.
Sir, it's against the law to withhold information or lie to a federal agent.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm into some stuff.
So, what's your name?
Steve?
Sir, I'm here about the factory. If you've got nothing to do with it, then however you spend your time doesn't concern me. There's nothing you can tell me about the factory?
I don't commingle with the factory folk.
You haven't heard about anything suspicious going on, have you?
Nothing more unusual.
What stuff are you into?
I airlift wooden gnomes out of Scoggins. With birds.
To where? Why? How?
Black market trinket rings. Big money.
Couldn't you just use the mail?
Loner Steve trains birds to transport freight. Tonight's shipment just departed, but Steve forgot to note the quantity. Can you determine the number of... Each type of bird has a certain weight limit. Each bird shown is carrying the maximum amount it can. Birds may team up on heavy loads, each carrying what he can. Freight must be balanced evenly between a bird's 2 legs. So this bird is holding 2. Isn't this underspecified? Oh, types of birds. Okay. So the blue bird has a maximum of 2. Which means this guy has a maximum of 2, which means his left one has a 1, and his right one has a 1. Which means this type has a maximum of 4. So 2, 4, 6, 10, 14.
Another puzzle solved. Hello, gentlemen. A bit early for a lunch break, isn't it?
Until the eraser factory opens again, Daryl and I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, me and Daryl got nowhere else to go.
Oh, that's
It's a
great.
very,
then you don't mind
very
if I ask
close.
you a few questions?
Yeah, that's the same
As soon as
style.
I get these bugs back in place.
That's really
What?
cute.
Why do you have...
You gonna help or not?
You can't click out of this window without it stopping. Daryl's famous insect collection has gone AWOL. Box them back up again by stringing lines between adjoining points, keeping these rules in mind. Close all the bugs using the fewest number of lines to draw a box possible. A box can be any size, but it must be 4-sided. Bugs of the same kind can share a box. Each green grass grazer needs 3 squares of territory, including the square it's on. Each pink puddle paddler needs 2, including the square it's on. Okay, well, I appreciate that this is also an underspecified problem, so I have to go in just making a guess. actually a feature I really enjoy. Like, for instance, it said that bugs of the same type can share a box. It says that the pink ones need 2 squares of territory. Doesn't say whether or not that territory can overlap. Like, is 3 squares enough for 2 pink bugs? Because they both have enough territory? Anyway. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This is almost certainly correct here. Or maybe not.
He did it!
Yes. Now, will you answer my questions?
Sure. Fire 'em at me.
You two are employed at the factory. Would you say it's a safe place to work?
As safe as any other place, I guess.
Yeah, except the new wing is haunted.
No, it isn't. You better quit listening to those hippies.
Why do you think the new wing is haunted?
When the factory expanded, we built a new wing. A bunch of locals got angry. We had to clear out part of the forest to do it.
Because spirits live in the forest.
You mentioned something about spirits in the forest.
Yeah, you just said that.
Depends on who you ask.
You won't see me out in the woods after sundown.
Well, me neither. But there ain't no spirits.
Do you guys know what happened to the foreman?
Yeah, the lobster bit him.
Shut up, Daryl.
What do you mean a lobster bit him?
He means Mike Lobb. Mike and Isaac didn't get along all the time. Had a little bit of a fight.
That's because Isaac thought he was smarter than all of us floor guys.
Well, he probably is.
No, he ain't. Just because he's a college boy don't make him smart.
What do you know about the guy fixing the sign outside?
Randall Scruffman. Weird guy. He thinks the trees talk to him.
Yeah, but he sure picked the right line of work. He's gonna be employed forever. Stuff always needs fixing.
I think he looks extra hard for stuff to fix around here.
Yeah, so he can be close to Glory. She's the waitress here. Sweeter than moose milk in the morning.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Anytime.
Excuse me, ma'am. Miss? Waitress lady?
Welcome to the Moose Ear Diner. I'll be right with you.
Can I help you with that?
all the food items on the plate in such a way that none of them overlap. Oh, weird. See how I did it?
There you go. Delicious.
Thanks.
So, what's good here?
I don't know. It's all fine.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Lori Davner.
Oh, haha. So, I'm Nelson. Are you feeling okay?
Yes. No. I'm just thinking about my husband.
What's wrong with your husband, ma'am? Is he okay?
He will be.
Well, I'm with the FBI's Department of Puzzles Research. I need to ask you a few questions. An accident at the eraser factory caused it to shut down. Do you know anything about that?
Of course I do.
What have you heard?
Well, nothing really. I mean, just that it was an accident like everyone says.
The factory foreman, Isaac Davner. He was your husband?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's not much in my files about him.
That's okay. He's a great man. I'm so proud of him.
For...
Just so proud.
Oh, okay. The repairman outside seems a bit odd. Anything I should know about him?
Well, I think he's got a bit of a crush on me, but he's harmless.
Could he have hurt your husband to get to you?
Oh no. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He even avoids stepping on rocks so he won't accidentally hurt any critters living below. I wish people wouldn't
Oh, I just,
Has the
my finger hit the
factory
right
closure
click button.
affected business?
Yeah, people tend to hang around here longer now that they aren't going to work. Normally, that'd be a good thing, but I've been pretty distracted.
I see that. Maybe I can help.
Nobody ordered a meal resembling their spouse. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man sitting next to her. Only one patron resembles his or her meal. The ham plate should be set down next to the banana split. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man sitting next to her. So let's assume that this guy eats the fish and see how this plays out. Which would mean that this lady eats the onion rings. The ham plate should be set down next to the banana split. This technically satisfies the rules, right? Nobody ordered a meal resembling their spouse. Nope, I got that one wrong. Wait. Okay, so going back to here. Let's try that. Appease the fish-eating man, and that's where the onion rings ended up. Only one patron resembles their meal. Yeah, it's definitely not the case anyway. This is fish, cow, ice cream, chicken, onion, pork. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man saying next to her. So that makes him, he has to be the fish-eating man. Which makes that where the onion rings have to go. So this is correct. This is definitely correct. Yeah, bison. One person resembles their own thing. If I put the pork there, that doesn't work. Because now the ice cream sundae can't be next to it. So that means the ham has to be on this side somewhere. If I put the ham here, he can have the ice cream sundae. Which allows her to have chicken and her to have the bison. No one's eating the same thing as what their partner looks like. Right. Nobody ordered a meal resembling their spouse. Chicken, ham. No, 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 no. Okay. One lady ordered a meal resembling the fish-eating man saying next to her. Onion rings that way, yep. Only one patron resembles his or her meal. Ice cream sundae dude. Fish, onion, fish. Ham plate should be set down next to banana split. Satisfies the rules. I wonder if there was more than one right answer there.
That wasn't so tough.
Yeah, I guess not.
Could I have a bit more of your time, ma'am?
Sure.
Hello, Sheriff.
Agent Tethers, good. You're here.
Yeah, listen, I wanted to ask you...
No time. I got a hunch about the factory. I got security camera records here of people leaving the factory.
Good. It'd be helpful to talk with whoever left last.
Exactly what I was thinking. I mixed up the photos so we can put them back in the right order.
What? Why would you do that?
You know how it is.
No, I don't. That's evidence.
Okay, so this one's first because there were no footprints when that person left. This one's correct to be last because the car is gone. Come on, you know how it is.
This should clear things up.
Yeah, that seems about right. Looks like the last one out was Mike Lobb.
You think he might have had something to do with the accident?
Probably. Why don't you head out to the ice fishing huts on Lake Svens? When he's not working, he's usually there trying to dead stick a lunker.
Got it.
Dead stick a lunker.
Do what to a what?
Catch some fish. He's got himself a bright orange vest. Can't miss him.
Just trying to dead stick a lunker.
You can take the snowmobile out to Sesame Woods, but you'll have to hoof it from there.
What do you know about Glory Davner?
Foreman's wife. Poor girl, she's a sweet kid. Her family has lived in this town for generations.
Maybe she has something to do with the accident.
That's ridiculous.
It could be an insurance...
Now you just leave poor Glory alone. She's having a hard enough time without you getting all accusatory.
Never been ice fishing. Not Midwestern at all.
What was the name of the factory worker I'm looking for?
The last
Mike
guy to
Lobb.
leave the factory was Mike Lobb. Drive out to Sesame Woods, then walk the trail out to the ice fishing huts.
Is there anything I should know about the Sesame Woods?
They've got the odd wolverine in them.
What?
But they're probably hibernating or migrating or the like.
I better get back to it.
You betcha.
You betcha. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you betcha.
The snow must be playing tricks on my eyes. For a second, I thought I saw... It doesn't matter. I'm on my way to question Mike Lobb at the ice fishing huts. But to get there, I have to go through Sesame Woods. That doesn't sound dangerous at all.
Not even a little bit.
Hello?
Guy's dead.
I think I found Mike Lobb. Man, late 30s. Looks like he froze to death, trying to solve some sort of problem. I'm gonna have a look.
Rotate tiles to chart a path from Mike Lob to the ice fishing hut, but beware lest the path intersect with the one upon which a shadowy figure lurks. Well, there's no way to fix that without going down. I think this is right.
Aha! No puzzle's gonna stop me in my tracks. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean... Ah!
They tried to take him. The lock must not.
The lock on the factory door.
Key.
What is this thing? I think I found something important in the hands of a dead lobster.
Why would you say that confusingly?
For later. The lake with the ice fishing huts is just past the clearing. I'm going to continue on to see if anyone there seems to have this affliction.
Night, Lucas. Wait, go back. I just saw something on the ground I wanted to look at.
Found Isaac Davner's ID badge. Looks like he came this way sometime before the accident. Why was Mike Lob, out here as well?
Yep, I finished Ghost Trick.
Ugh. Found some freshly caught fish out on the lake. Looks like something has started eating them before they've been cooked.
That's called sashimis. Oh, I do love sashimis.
Mr. Scruffman.
You following me, boy?
No, sir.
You look like a lost puppy. Go home, puppy.
I can't leave until I get that factory back open. I have a few more questions for you.
Of course you do.
Want some rye? Course you do.
Is this your hut? It's nice.
Nope.
Oh. Well, what are you doing then?
Fixing stuff. It's my job. Lots of stuff getting broke lately.
Things get broken on these huts a lot?
Everything gets broken a lot. Keeps me busy. Don't get any ideas. I just do my job.
I understand you have a thing for Mrs. Davner.
No, sir. Just think she's pretty. I expect you do as well.
Where were you on the night of the accident?
Busy. You accusing me of something?
I'm just asking. It's part of my job to be thorough.
I was working at the hotel.
Okay, see? That was easy. Where were you on the night of the accident again?
Working at the hotel.
Great, thank you.
You had to go through the woods to get here. Didn't you see a guy freezing on a tree stump?
Yep.
Why didn't you help him?
He didn't ask. Best not to interfere with acts of nature.
So you just let a guy die out there?
Had nothing to do with it. The cold will creep right up on you.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye. Mr. Scruffman claims he was working the night of the accident. I'm headed over to the hotel to check out his story now. Hello again, Mr. Bjorn.
Yeah,
Do you know Randall Scruffman?
I do.
Despite his stock, you think he could have had
Don't
anything
mean
to
to
do with
click.
the accident at the factory?
Why don't you just let things run their course? Accidents happen, Mr. Tethers.
So, Randall Scruffman.
He's a valuable member of this community, and that'll be enough of you trying to say otherwise.
Do you think Glory Davner's capable of violence? So that's a no. What was that? Heard a crash and a scream coming from inside the inn. Going inside to see what happened. I hope I won't need backup. I heard a scream. Is everything okay in here?
The pipe on the fireplace. I turned my back on it for 1 second and boom!
Okay, don't panic. I'm sure we can find a way to fix it.
Rotet tells to reconstruct the wood stove's flue before the lobby fills with smoke. That startled me. I got a little startled there.
What the heck was that?
Hurry, it's getting away.
Saw a thing. It stole some pipe. Going after it. Checking out.
Oh my, but what about my furnace? You're all done?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be calling in the FBI's Gnome Squad. Or the National Guard, or the... someone better equipped to handle your situation.
Oh, I see. Guess I'll be needing to call the sheriff then and let him know.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the sheriff told me to give him a buzz the moment you left town.
Why would the sheriff assume I was leaving so soon?
Oh, I couldn't say. So, will that be on a credit card, or should I just send the bill to Uncle Sam?
What is Sheriff Bogg hiding? And that lock, it's on the outside of the door. On second thought, I better stick around. See this through.
Oh, great. Hot dish all around.
I think the sheriff wants me out of town. And what is the deal with that gear I found on Mike Lobb? I need to see a man about a furnace pipe. What was that thing?
What happened?
Did it try to eat your ear?
If two rows are white and rotations affect orientation, then...
Huh?
All inputs end up in the pit of perplexity. Drag and drop arrows into all empty slots to redirect your stream of thought to the light of lucidity. Nope. Nope.
Hello? Well, that was a very interesting puzzle, but...
The whispers of the moon crashed too loudly.
The whispers what?
Clear the path.
Another gear.
Starting to find a lot of gears.
I'd better not.
What happened?
I got your pipe back. Let's finish putting this back together. you go. Your stove's all fixed.
Why, thank you, Mr. Tethers. You FBI types sure are handy.
Thank you. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
You seem relatively coherent. Do people ever talk about seeing, little people in pointy hats?
Oh, the hidden people. Yeah, it's an old Nordic superstition. My grandfather used to tell me stories. They say they live among us in the ground, trees, rocks. But
Wow.
I just know the ones that live in my window.
Was Mr. Scruffman working here on the night of the accident?
Yeah, the fence outside was a terrible mess. I think some kids were trying to rip it down or something.
Did it take him long to fix?
Oh yeah, all night. If you're still looking for suspects, I'd start looking at that Bjorn fella. But you didn't hear that from me.
Can you tell me anything more about the hidden people?
Oh yeah, tourists love the stories. But Bjorn and his friends take them very seriously.
Oh?
Oh yeah, they don't like the decorative gnomes in my window.
Well, Mr. Scruffman's alibi checks out. Mike Lobb is dead. And I just saw living garden gnomes. I think
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna head
that'll
back to
happen.
the diner and have a chat with Sheriff
Oh, I can't
Bob.
find.
Help wanted.
The varsity Muskrats got after-school jobs at Hank's window shop, but they can't skip football practice. Help them complete a pass without breaking any glass.
Well, that takes care of that one.